Hello, everybody. I am MrGamingGuitarist, and today's episode of I just finished watching today's episode of Supergirl, and of course, I'm here to review it. So, first of all, happy Halloween to everyone. I hope you're having a nice Halloween. I didn't really do much, but have been watching Cinemassacre's Monster Madness, a thing I always watch every year, but I didn't really get around to watching that, so I'm spending most of my time today doing that. I also went to the mall, got a few things. I'll make a video on that. I think I'll have that uploaded tomorrow. And I'm also going to upload a... the hell was I talking about? I forgot. Anyways, we are here today to review Season 2, Episode 4 of Supergirl. This episode was called Survivors. And of course, full spoiler warning, if you have not seen this episode of Supergirl yet, then there will be spoilers. So just keep that in mind. So anyways, alright, I'm going to look at my notes. Alright, so this episode starts off with a flashback on Daxon. It's kind of weird because I thought that it was Daxum, D-A-X-U-M. That's what it sounded like they were saying in the last episode, but it turns out it's Daxon. Daxon. Gotta get used to that. Anyway, so we see a flashback on Daxon during the time Krypton was being destroyed, and we see, and I finally found out what his name was. It's Mono. In the last episode, I thought his name was Montel, like Montel Williams, but no, it's Mono. So we see him get inside the pod, and we find out how he actually got to Earth. And next up, we find that there is an alien body in the trunk. And so, of course, well, one thing that I like is that I really like the relationship between Alex and Maggie. I think that they have really good chemistry together, and anytime the two of them have a scene together, it's they're both really good. It's really good, and it's also kind of funny too, because for a while, other than Kara, it didn't feel like Alex didn't really have a friend at all. But I'm glad that we have Maggie on the show. So now at least Alex actually has a friend now. So that's good. So we find out that there's an alien in the trunk, and of course it turns out to actually be from. This alien gets linked over to Roulette. And of course, this made me really happy because I have lots of memories of Justice League Unlimited, and I remember the episode with Roulette where they had the aliens fight each other, or I think she was making like all women fight each other, because I remember they had like Black Canary and Huntress in that fighting ring, or later on they had Wildcat fighting Black Canary in that episode too, I sort of remember. And then at the end they like brainwashed Wonder Woman and made them all fight her, something like that. Sorry, it's been a very long day. Anyways, so I thought that Roulette did a pretty good job, but who the actress they got to play Roulette, she looks really, really familiar. The actress that oh, wait a minute. Wait, I think I just got it. Hang on. Oh, shit, I think... Okay. Is the actress that plays as Roulette in this episode of Supergirl the same person that was Daisy's mom in Season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I think that's her. Let me know in the comments. I think I'm right on that. That's who. I was wondering, why does she look so familiar? Now I got it. It was Daisy's mom this whole time. Anyways, so next up, so Kara wants to write the story about this dead alien, and then Snapper says, oh, well, you need all these details, so of course we have to wait for Kara to get all these details. And in the meantime, we finally get to, and I think the real highlight of this episode was Miss Martian. I'm just really, because of course, more memories, Young Justice, Miss Martian is a huge part in Young Justice. I really enjoyed that show, so I'm glad we get to see the character again, and this time actually in live action. And I really enjoyed the scenes between her and John. They were really enjoyable to watch together, and I really like the whole thing, how it starts off with her not wanting to get to, like, her and John, like, John just keeps wanting to talk about the past, because she's yet another person from Mars, so he wants more memories of Mars, and yet all she wants to do is move on to the present. And I really like the way they bonded throughout this episode. And yeah, Miss Martian definitely was the biggest highlight of this episode for me. So next up, let's see, what else in here do I get to talk about? So, okay, so we definitely get a lot more, and remember before when I was talking about how Wynn didn't really get to do much at all this season yet, so I'm glad that he had lots of moments of him bonding with Mon-El. And I liked when they went to the pub and they got drunk, and then he was trying to arm wrestle people, and he just ended up breaking the other guy's arm, and then he was just punching the other people. And then when being hungover, I thought that was really good. That was really funny. That was some good stuff. So, all right. What else in here? So the other thing too that we find out about Mon-El is that he doesn't have most of Kara's powers, but I did like that when mentioned the line, but it appears to be that you can leap buildings in a single bound. That's exactly what Superman's powers were originally, because before, like around like in the 30s, he couldn't fly. All he could do was just leap tall buildings. So I'm glad they put that in as a good Easter egg or a reference or a nod of the hat, tip of the hat. You get what I'm saying. Anyways, and I also find it funny that Mon-El wants Wynn to make him a costume. Now, I know nothing about Mon-El as a character or his background. I don't know if he's part of the comics or not, but of course, smarter people that know a lot more about the DC universe than I am. If Mon-El is a character in the comics at all, or if he is in it, please. Sorry. Please tell me, because I really want to know. Because I really want to know what the difference is between if the difference is, if any at all, between the comic book version and this version here on Supergirl. So, I really liked. Now, the one thing I will say is, I don't think we really saw enough of Roulette or enough of the fight clubs. But overall, I really did enjoy this episode. There really isn't too much to say. We got to see Draga. I don't really know him a lot, but I thought he was a cool character, and I did like that Mon-El gave Kara told him about his weak spot. And is it just me, or does it kind of look like there's some chemistry brewing there between Kara and Mon-El? Do you think they're going to start some sort of relationship between those two? Because at first, because the thing going on between her and James, it felt really forced, and then it felt like they broke it. They completely separated them. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but just things I observe. And of course, I'm glad that this isn't like Arrow, or where they force. Well, season 5 is improving it, but I'm just glad that we're not getting relationship drama forced down our throats, because I'm glad that we're not getting CW tropes in these shows, or at least if we are getting them, I don't think they're not bothering me, and that's a good thing, because we know what the CW is like, and I'm just glad that these still pretty much first and foremost feel like actual superhero shows, and that's what makes me happy. So anyways, so they got rid of Roulette. I mean, they got her, but then she ended up being free, so it looks like we're going to see her again. And then But I did like how Carl ran into Lena, and at the last minute saying that I need to know where the next fight location is, and she says that I owe you big time, and then she says, "Oh yeah, that time is gonna come." So it makes me wonder, is Lena is she actually good, or can you just not never trust a Luthor? I don't know, but see, they're playing this angle here because you can't tell. I mean, because at first, she seems nice, like she seems like you want to trust Lena, and yet at the same time, it's like, is she gonna just straight up turn bad and she's just playing car? We don't know, but it's gonna be an interesting development. But anyways, yeah. So, anything else that I have to? I don't think I've covered most of it. So. I really enjoyed the action, the fight scenes, and the fight clubs. I thought that was really well done. And I really liked seeing the DEO. I mean, what am I saying? So it turns out the episode ends with John visiting. Can't speak. It ends with John visiting Megan or Megan. Fuck it, I'm just gonna call her Megan. And it turns out that she actually is a white Martian, just like in Young Justice. So she was only shapeshifting or disguising herself as a green Martian, so it's accurate to the way I'm used to seeing her in Young Justice. But goddamn, it's gotta show, this has gotta come up at some point, but how much is John going to lose his shit when he finds out that Megan is a white Martian? That is gonna be such a good scene. That's gonna be some good intense drama right there. I can't wait to see when that happens. So anyways, I like this episode a lot. I didn't think this episode was amazing by any chance, but it was thoroughly enjoyable. So I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what you thought on this about. Sentences are not coming out properly. Let me know what you think about this episode in the comments below. And if this is your first time watching me, please, why don't you please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos from me. And you can also support me on Patreon. I'd appreciate it. And you can also watch the N4G TV podcast, which goes up every week, or almost every week, on the N4G TV YouTube channel. I would appreciate it if you check that out. So anyway, those are my plugs, and that's the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.